Thank you for being here. Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. My name is Sage Babalola. It's time now for Mainland Focus, the segment of the show that is about you, and it's about you giving your perspective on matters that have been raised on this platform. Now, because time does not give us the luxury of analyzing each story or taking your feedback on every single story that have been analyzed, we try to streamline it and put our focus on about 2-3 stories sometimes. But today we have 2 stories selected from the many that we discussed earlier. The first one is the conversation around budgeting, allocations, and the work that Tracker is currently doing, especially with the 2026 Appropriation Act. Now, disbursement from 2026 has not begun, but Tracker has been paying attention to some of the line items as controversies regarding the projects, the amount budgeted, and on that, the NDAs that they have been budgeted continues to dominate the airwaves. Well, Tracker tells us more recently that the federal government has budgeted nearly 1 trillion naira for empowerment SUVs, especially as our borrowing pressure continues to increase. Don't forget that the 68 trillion naira Appropriation Act for 2026, about 31 trillion. That's how much budget deficit we have. Now, aside from the fact that these monies have been budgeted for the purchase of 39 SUVs and a number of empowerment projects, Tracker's primary concern in the Punch newspaper is that 70 out of the 2,579 empowerment projects highlighted in the budget are the only ones that have specific location. So they know only 70 places where these projects will be implemented, but the budget highlights over 2,000 empowerment projects. How exactly are we supposed to monitor, to track, to ensure accountability if we do not know the specific places where you intend to use these funds that you're asking for, especially with the empowerment programs? How are we able to track and monitor the beneficiaries if we don't know where you intend to establish these empowerment projects or empowerment initiatives? That is Tracker's position on the subject matter, and we would like to hear from you. Mind you, a lot of analysts are still commenting on recent line items that we saw: the construction of palaces, instrument purchase for churches, purchase of solar for mosque, especially under science houses. There seems to be a mismatch between the projects and the ministry or department that is supposed to execute it, aside from even the monies itself. 1 trillion naira cumulative years, 7 critical sectors of the Nigerian economy. So why are we budgeting this much money? And their inability to unify. The Punch is telling us that opposition is split over their single candidacy initiative that they had pushed forward in April of Ibadan. And they made a declaration of some sort that they will pull their resources together. They would pick one single person that would challenge the incumbent President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, rally around this person, offer their support in all ramifications, leadership crisis within the party, amongst other things, to continue to make this dream impossible. And so the APC says, we're not even scared. Even if you're able to see through and you're able to bring one person, we're not scared. But then again, maybe you should focus on your own internal crisis before you decide to merge and stand against us as the ruling All Progressives Congress. What are your 000-410? The phone line again, 0913-6000-410. The Facebook is Mainland 98.3 FM, as well as send a message. Let's take our first call for the morning. You have 1 minute for your submission. Hello.
Good morning, Sage.
Good morning to you. Welcome. Yes.
Look, among the more you look, the less you see. It is called American Wonder. Because if you are talking about these ones that budget, the reason why these things continue like this is because most of these people just believe that it is project here and there. The reason why they continue to do these things like this is because there are no consequences. So they use it as a means of victory. They are just using it to get more people to their side.
Thank you.
So for me, that is justice.
Thank you very much. Do you have a great day? We'll take another call now. Hello.
Good morning, City. Because it is legal, they use authority to steal. And let me tell you their motive. They are my place, Julius Ihonvere. They have also rewarded him because there is a community in his own, from his own native to Akwabi, what money cannot buy, more money will buy. And This idea has always been there, even in Lagos State when the former president was the governor of Lagos State. On the issue of political parties, for me, is it the purpose just to remove Tinubu, or for each person to have their own idea, put it on the table? And what the government owes and INEC is for free, fair and credible election. And I can assure you, if there is free, fair and credible election, this government will lose. So I don't believe.
Hello. All right, do make it back. Phone line 0913600410. The WhatsApp line is also available. Call via WhatsApp or send a... Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Peter Usifo. I'm calling from Abaronje in Ekoton.
Welcome.
It's unfortunate that the opposition political parties cannot come together to have a viable political country to 27. It's not that I actually mean to say that I only want APC to be in power, but there's no viable opposition political playing. I think I will advise the APC to be very cautious of not only the opposition political parties, but the, silent government is spending money, siphoning money, all in the name of budget and padding money, padding the budget. It's very unfortunate. So our opposition should do well to make sure that we don't have unnecessary.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
This is Obi calling from Kowanja right now.
Yes, welcome.
You can see how the budget is going, and one thing I know is that they are using the right now. In short, I don't know what I used to look at to measure it. In any side you turn to, you see corruption. This one hasn't been and not helping at all. And I'm looking at it. The moment another government comes in, you see what is going to happen. Most of these people are parading themselves that they are saying they are data boys or whatever they call themselves. And now believe people should go and they advise him. He should know that people that will put in surrounding him. Because this the corruption right now, if another government comes in, it will. But when they leave the power now, you see everything coming up.
All right. Hello.
I'm calling from P2.
Welcome.
Concerning the opposition political parties, because of the difference, we all witnessed what happened during the last election. Without structure, this structure that people are hiding under, without structure, and this fraudulent government going on in Nigeria, Nigeria is going to rise up again.
00410. Please let's be very, very, very careful in our utterances this morning, especially on this platform. Again, it's important that we're responsible, especially with our commentary on a certain subject matter because of the sensitivity of it. But do not outrightly call a public platform and make statements like that one, especially this platform. Thank you for your understanding. I'll read a message on WhatsApp and then I'll take a phone call, or maybe I should take this phone call.
See, the opposition coming together, Abi, they can't come together because country is facing currently. Atiku's greed is part of the problem that have caused it, because he wanted to run for office by all means, although he's within his right to run for office, but there are times where you have to sheath your sword if you are not crying. No. When this government leaves now, the next government that comes in, maybe after 8 years, maybe after 4 years, anyone that got decided to say anything now, you see the way they are protecting for churches, for mosques and what have you. This is the way we want to run this country, and we keep borrowing and borrowing. Have a good day, my sister. God bless you.
Is doing. I can tell you that before this show, some people will call Tracker that it belongs to Peter Obi or Atiku and is sponsored by them, because fake agency came up, because Tracker might not have gained all the momentum they gained if they did not come out before this incident erupted in the process, says Sean. Hello. Please turn on the volume on your radio. Morning to you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
They are starting to take over power, and think this government is going. Where are the opposition? They met in Ibadan. They said they are coming together. They hold a summit. Where is that? So at the end of the day, as they compensated, is now the running mate. You see, when you don't have a formidable position, before Buhari is the person, all of them submit their ambition to one man and they will see this government. Let's put the hatred or whatever aside. This present government, the man there knows what he's doing. It's the opposition that need to put their heads together, sit down.
Yeah, my name is Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the opposition, right? They can see the defeat staring them in the face. So they can keep entertaining us for all we care. Like my brother would say, there's no vacancy in Natural Rock. So for whatever that happens with the bill, with the budget, with the appropriation, the National Assembly, the lawmakers, by law, they're empowered to do that. If we take the fundings are meant for constituency projects back in their communities, and they will route these fundings through NDAs. That is how they normally do it.
It cannot appropriate, but appropriate through the proper channels. That's what the argument is.
No, Sage, on moral ground, right? You can say it doesn't make sense.
There's no houses should be under a research institute.
Sage, allow me to respond, please. In 1999, 2002, it started under WG. 2 billion naira was inserted by lawmakers in that 2000 budget. 2011, under Yaradua, the same thing.
Your agencies or MDAs that are ideally responsible for those projects. I'm saying that why is the Ministry of Agriculture, for example,
usage that they route these fundings through ND.
You shouldn't need to route anything, Mark, honestly, and intelligent arguments. The conversation is not around whether or not the Senate has a right to impute on the budget. I mean, many times, even the Senate, they increase their own budget many times. That's not the conversation. The conversation is, should projects that are completely unrelated through agencies that have nothing to do with it, why am I buying solar? Why is a research institute responsible agency, right? So 2 billion in 1999 is inconsequential to the conversation. Good morning.
Yeah, Collins from Shomolu.
Welcome.
Let me quickly fair to the opposition parties. I think that the opposition parties, they've done well in terms of criticizing at the time when it needs to criticize. Even Atiku Abubakar, he has been talking. Everything that comes up, he has been talking and they criticizing when necessary. The same thing with the Gregory Peter Obi. They've been talking. And because they didn't come together, some things against them, they don't need to come together before they win the election. But I think all they need to do is at the last election, if the ruling party had won, if they had won on a landslide, then the word glitch will not be used before they win.
Hold on a sec. I'm so sorry, but nobody's saying anything about them. By themselves, they told us in Ibadan that they are going to come together and give us one candidate apart. That does not mean that we're antagonizing the opposition.
Yes, if they don't come together because of some reason, you can see the reason. Mr. Peter will be this. Mr. Peter will be this.
Media is not being fair to opposition. In what way? They by themselves told us that they wanted to do a mega coalition, and now their internal crisis and their legal issues is preventing them from doing so. It's still the responsibility of the media to think that they're not viable for the election. We were just doing reportage at the end of the day. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
So unreasonably that Nigeria has been witnessing in our budget is something that you don't know that because we have not scrutinized the budget and just bringing some statistics that 1 kilometer in a normal terms based on the way they are constructing the road will cost $2 million. But this one they budgeted it 5.something million. Coming with the issue of budget. Can you buy one brand new vehicle this year? Next year you change it. Can you buy a computer this year? So that's what we know is actually wrong. Something that are not the procedure that should be followed. Something that is unconstitutional. Something that we know legally is wrong. Lawfully is. It's not in a way to go when you talk about legality. And yet our country is not going the right direction, and we see supporting those people who are orchestrating it.
Right.
And that's what I want to say this morning. Thank you.
All right, then. Good morning, Sage. Opposition parties are not ready to terminate the ruling All Progressive government. Next, his team used in 2015 was to align themselves into one formidable force that sent Dr. Jonathan's government packing. Who is the author of that message? Good morning, Sage. We are shouting about issues we already saw with the budget. What about the ones We have here, good morning, Sage and Fuad. One of the reasons Peter Obi was impeached while governing Anambra State was because understand the level of damage done to the country. The issue of the fake agency at the Secretariat, I beg your pardon, still has many like this, but it has not been made open. We're just glorifying.
Thank you for taking the phone call. Morning to you, Lady Sage.
Good morning.
That's why I was calling you for Msoɪᴟ this morning. I think not in legal way, through the court of law. That's why I'm appealing. I'm still appealing. We need special court to try to stealing our money. That's number one. Number two, you come together? You say you are going to be behind one candidate, and the party they belong to now just like independent candidates, because they are going to listen. Always somebody about the money, can they spend it wisely? That's another question for them. As it is today, if somebody out of the presidency, what of who are okay, because majority, they are the majority house, we have the majority, we can ask any question, they will answer immediately. But if they not think of this, they are talking on Facebook, both of grassroots as if for support.
Guys, we can honestly, it's so hard for me to understand half of the things you're saying. I could barely pick out a word, honestly. Maybe send a message to be president at all cost. Atiku should have supported Peter Obi to have a new Nigeria devoid of corruption, embezzlement, and mismanagement. Nigerians, especially from the north, to help this nation and resist the temptation of voting corrupt government, the same ones into power. Let us come together and change the narrative of our dear country. Say no to corrupt government. With Obi Kwakwanso, a new Nigeria is absolutely possible. Being on it, and it was a terrible, terrible bet. I don't know what's going on with the connection. I just thought to try and take it. Let's read Facebook messages. John Bernard he says, before, it's a collaboration between executive and legislature. Allegedly, scratch my back, I scratch yours. As for opposition, they should stop deceiving themselves. Samuel Ajayi says, good morning, Sage, Fuad Said. Our government are not transparent. They are fooling Nigerians, even in this age. Most Nigerians are wiser. Our public fund is being embezzled on daily other opposition party to collaborate and vote out this ruling party. If the rigging will be disallowed come 2027 general election, they should be involved. To write, they should not be involved, because I don't think you're encouraging people to collect these things. So I'll just put it there that you mean they should not be involved in vote buying, collecting of foodstuff, and other personal effect from the so-called politicians. I urge every Nigerian 18 and above to vote out this government. Samuel Ajayi from Bariga, I'm in Imo State. Nigeria's matter is hard to talk about. Dave from Festac. The Nigeria budget is the more you look, the less you see. Should anyone be surprised that while allegedly generating more money, introducing more taxes, removing subsidy on fuel and electricity, the government is still borrowing? On opposition, the current Baba Sokwe and command them to go and sweep them clean. So what's important is not the unity of oppression, but the unbiased electoral umpire. Nigerians are the only opposition. Hello? Directly, if you want to call, please 09136000410. If you're just joining us, we're having a conversation around more revelations from Tracker and the scrutiny of the 2026 appropriation. The inconvenience here is that there's not enough information. The line items are not properly spelled out. Over 2,000 empowerment projects highlighted, but only how do we know the beneficiaries? How do we know the projects? How do we know the places where the projects are implemented if it's not listed in the budget? So far, only just that they're dealing with. They had promised a unified front against the incumbent. However, their personal issues continues to make this a difficult task for them, and so we're trying to get your perspective on these. You not call via WhatsApp. Focus on using the phone lines for now. The WhatsApp is not very functional, so please call directly if you would like to participate. We have Obina, who says, thank God today you said you want to clear your throats, wanted to listen, but Mark pulled me out. I guess there's absolutely nothing wrong if the Ministry of Power is building schools or intervening in ASU strike. What procedure is that? For the opposition, I think their house is more divided than before, James Ogbun, but it's not working. So please call directly. Okay. A message here from Benga from Ejigbo. He says, good morning, Sage. How will opposition come together when Atiku wants to be president at all cost? Atiku, we have always known it before now, thanks to Tracker's recent revelation since the inception of the APC-led federal government. Anything, we're in a quagmire politically and economically. A case of the more you look, the less you see. For me, it's still early for anybody to commend or condemn opposition. They can still strike at last minute to take this failing government who is afraid of zeros. The phone line 0913 6000 410. WhatsApp for calls and for text 0913 60. Okay. Mrs. Kalani, thank you so much. It's nice to hear from you. But thank you so much. I really wish that you would call. Please try and call so I could hear your voice. Hello. Okay. We're not making any progress with WhatsApp, so please maybe call directly. Bolaji from Ijoko says, we have had 3 elections in Nigeria, 2003, 2011, 2015. Citizens were fully involved. We've had more than that. 09136000 410. Please allow us to take a very, very brief break so that, again, we're able to sort this. Perhaps the service provider and WhatsApp is not working as well. So just take a very brief break. Try to perhaps reload the tab here, and then you can try to call again. It's still Mainland Focus, Mainland 98.3 FM. Don't go anywhere.
Madam, there's soon now. No mind them, now so they do for inside public bus. They go sit down like say then they their papa house. Hey, Jerry, my friend. Mama Nkechi, PVC matter where they follow up before we enter bus. I beg. Whoa. Mami Nkechi, jẹ́ kí n ṣàlàyé fún ẹ. Ó máa ra PVC yẹn ni. Ó máa ra. Sorry, a lot of people àìmọye àwọn èèyàn tó ti wá bá mi wí pé wọ́n fẹ́ ra PVC, mo dẹ̀ mú ọ débẹ̀. Thank you, God bless you. Ìgbà tí mo dé ọ́fíìsì INEC báyìí 25,000 naira péré ni. Wọ́n dẹ̀ get PVC. Just 25,000 naira. Kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, Mami Nkechi.
Madam, who tell you say that they sell PVC? When you forget your own information, say that they sell PVC. No let person just they misdirect you anyhow. They give you wrong information. No, your PVC now free. So long as you don't reach the age to take votes, now absolutely free. You know go pay 1 naira. I didn't tell you I go lie for you again.
Not be 25. She tell me say na 25,000 naira.
That one has scam. I don't know where she for the get her. Oh, she not carry plenty people go buy PVC. How now? See, if you want to know more about this PVC matter, waka enter inecnigeria.org. inecnigeria.org. All the information when you want there, you go get them. Or make you go their secretariat for any local government and they go attend to you one time. You not go pay 1 naira for anything. 1 naira, you not go pay. Your PVC now your right, and nobody must take them from you or tell you say you must buy them before you get them.
Mommy Tuji, he talk say na free. Why? And now you dey follow talk now. She be talk say na 25. Oga, thank you. Make I go INEC office now.
Honestly, Nigerians, like this way don't be for 2027. Go and get your PVC. And remember, you no go pay 1 naira for your PVC. It is absolutely free. Again, waka go inecnigeria.org or make you go any of their secretariat for any local government. They go attend to you one time.
Knowledge is power. Information is key. And that is why we aim to unlock the doors of opinion, unveiling the stories that need to be told. The Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. as we invoke the thought-provoking discussion, tackle the tough questions, challenge assumption, and give a voice to the unheard. This is the Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM.
Welcome on board the Morning Express.
Good morning.
Welcome back. Thank you for being on standby. We've been able to perform some magic. So let's see if it actually works. 09136000410, 09136000410. WhatsApp is 091360000430. It is Mainland Focus. And if you're just tuning in and you're wondering what we're discussing, we have two stories on the table for today. First of all, we are focusing on budget scrutiny and everything that Tracker has told us regarding the 2026 Appropriation Act. It started from the construction of religious houses to the purchase of solar, and then it became the purchase of SUVs. Money's earmarked for the purchase of SUVs and empowerment projects. The 8 trillion naira, and some, as with a 31 trillion naira budget deficit, the bulk of our budget is to be funded by secondary projects. So we want to sample your opinion on that, as well as the future of opposition in Nigeria. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you. Hello. Okay. Good morning, Babalola. The issue of corruption in the budget is the in 22.15 billion to build, renovate 106 palaces nationwide. I remember that Fuatai said Tracker will still bring more. Now we can see another fake appropriation close to 1 trillion naira on a flimsy project. Good morning, Babalola. It looks like there's something wrong with the phone line. Yes, but it's a service provider thing. I thought it was from our end, but it's not. It's a service provider thing. So even if you call directly, the calls are right after I answer. So maybe we should focus on sending messages for now until it resolves itself, because there's nothing we can do from our end. We have good morning. Administration keeps spending money recklessly. As far as I'm concerned, Nigeria's budget has become a mere textbook, which has shown no level in 4 years in office, which was what the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, told us, her husband, President Tinubu, regarding the governor. Husband has not performed well, and that 4 years is enough and not an excuse for poor performance. The issue of spending huge amount of money on frivolous things, all in the name of empowerment for the forthcoming presidential election. The only reason it seems not to be looking in that direction is because the so-called opposition parties are not united. They have not placed national interest above their personal interest. Community. Williams from Otta says, good morning, Sage. It's a sheer waste of time at this point to ask the opposition parties to unite, because the train that can make the difference as regards the 2027 general election. But are Nigerians ready? Comrade Hussein Williams from Otta. Is a merger really possible? For the registration of individuals to parties has exhausted, right? So how exactly are they supposed to merge? How can they still possible is what we're asking. Is it still possible for opposition to come together and field a singular candidate? Because this, well, let's just focus on reading messages, since we're not recording any successes with the phone line. The budget that is supposed to be the budget of hope and solution to the citizens' hardship has become a mess. On the responsible for this wicked budget. Are they untouchable? Are they above the law? Are they greater than the Nigerian people who do us like this? I always said that the reason Nigerians are like this is because corruption is eating into all. Since President Tinubu came into power, what has he done differently from other presidents? The only structure that they said Peter Obi do not have is the structure of corruption that is connected to all arms of government. I know that this country one day, this democracy, is this what he fought to come and do? How can a budget of a country that has gone through due process, it's in my head, again decided to send another message on Facebook, even after sending a message on what administration keeps spending money recklessly. As far as I'm concerned, Nigeria's budget has become a textbook which has no level of transparency and accountability. I can tell you for free that it's possible for any serious government to perform well within 4 years. Oh, it's even the same. It's the same message. All right, thank you very much. 09136000410. But in the absence of your ability to reach us via the phone line, we can send messages via WhatsApp or via Facebook as we ask questions regarding the strength of opposition. Will they really be able to stand the test of time? Will they be powerful enough to take the incumbent, especially as they've not even been able to take care of their own internal democracy? We have the ex-SGF, Obachero, who says that the only winning ticket is an Obi Kwakwanso ticket. There's even conversations around former President Olusegun Obasanjo standing behind that ticket. We have a large youth population that also believes that the Obi Kwakwanso ticket is going to be their definition of electoral victory. However, will their online support translate to voting? Will they come out and vote? Or will the power of incumbency once again erode this desire that young people have, this renewed rigor that they have to go out and vote is yet to be seen? Does Peter Obi, does Kwakwanso also have the political viability? Does he have the political trampoline to shoot them to the top, to the presidency? Will people go out and vote? There are concerns about voter apathy, amongst other things. There are people who do not telling us that there is violence going on. Relevant political actors are being abducted. We still don't know where they are. Hoodlums are attacking INEC offices in Osun State, and they are carting away with PVC people who are very active online, who are speaking about how opposition is the Nigerian people. Will we see a manifestation of that during the general elections next year? That is the question we're asking. And secondly, we're talking about budgeting. We're talking about fiscal responsibility, preference, and follow it through. One would have thought that security, health, amongst other things, education, amongst other things, will be the priority, especially in the budget. However, it would seem that recurrent expenditure seems to be taking the bulk of the attention of those who should focus on capital expenditure, the execution, and in some way we've also not been able to see to it that the monies allocated to this amount allocated goes to this sector. But for recurrent expenditure, salary, purchase of SUVs, foreign trips, feeding allowance, paper allowance, let's see if we can take this phone call. If not, we just focus on messages. Hello. Okay. Still, everybody keeps trying to call via WhatsApp because the phone lines are jamming, but then we're not recording any progress with WhatsApp call as well, so I don't think I should keep trying to take the call since it will not go through. But I would read WhatsApp accepts the statement allegedly being said that he vowed to Ikemba of Nnewi in the hospital, holding the Bible, that obedience should advise the principal seriously to do the needful. A stitch in time saves 9. If you insist. We have a less and directionless government. What happened in 1979 and 1983 general election might happen in 2027, irrespective of the number of political parties contesting the election. We had UPN, MPN, GNPP, PRP, and other political parties. The APC government has failed woefully. Tinubu is also a master of strategy. Nigeria will rise again. Somewhere from Akute. People are online tigers, but when it comes to voting, we say, oh, we don't want anybody to beat us up and all. So, person, an accepted candidate across the country, Bolaji from Ijoko. Oh, you're saying that since they cannot defect or present a fresh, honestly, even if you're not able to on paper come together as a mega coalition, all the political parties can actually throw their weight behind one politician and one party and encourage the electorate to vote. I mean, that's what time for that, because there's the INEC guideline has already, they've submitted their electronic members list to INEC. So I don't know if that's possible, but convincing people to support one candidate from one specific political party, that might be possible. I mean, during campaigns, they can do that. All right. 091360004 WhatsApp line. We're not making any success with picking phone calls there, so just send a message to WhatsApp. We have Sage, truly speaking, if Atiku had been patient enough, starting from the time of Obasanjo, maybe, please, I need you to elucidate on this. He has been contesting since before some of us were born. How much more patience is there to have at the end of? Let's check Facebook for messages. John Hollis from Agopala says, Nigerians, they're stealing at will. Vote them out. All right, thank you very much, John Hollis, for your... Oh, okay. Good morning.
Yes, my name is Shola.
Welcome.
I'm calling from Ibadan.
Welcome.
You know, there's just a simple solution to all these things. If we can do away with, before they became senators, they can't boast of, some can't boast of a millionaire, some can't boast of, let's say, even 5 million. But the moment they become senators, you see them, you know, constituency projects, all this kind of, that's how they make their, until we fashion out a new way whereby we can,
I think that's proof that we've been able to sort out the calling. So let's take another phone call. Hello.
Hello, Babala.
Morning to you.
Yeah, morning. You see, your argument is germane on, the illegality of this budget or no budget, in a wrong ministry. But do you remember, do you know it's illegal? It's not constitutional. And this thing originated when PDP is in control of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Started when Obasanjo started. The constituency allowance the senators are taking is illegal. I'm so disappointed that most of the learned people, they are not taking them up to today. So, and all of them, they are covering, they are hiding under this consistency allowance. And that is exactly what is happening now. So, you see, to me, I'm not bothered about the idea how they cannot agree with themselves. Like you make reference to when they're all in Ibadan. They agree that they're going to have a consensus. Nigeria is, we're intelligent now. But we'll not have a nice day.
Have a better one. Thank you very much. We'll take one more phone call, or let's just take as many calls as we can. Did you name correctly? Hello.
Yeah, Serge, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is M쏘ɪᴜᴜ. I'm calling from Shaga.
Welcome.
Yeah, you remember the way forward, whether they'll be able to move this country forward. You remember my answer. You see, the problem is when people, 2 or 3 persons are gathered with different ideology, the opposition will not work. And what is the problem now? What is the issue now? They are after themselves. I think that was the statement I made. I said they are themselves. I used the amalgamation of wicked people of different minds. So there's nothing we can do themselves. On the issue of pardon, it didn't start today like the last caller. But when wrong stayed unchecked, uncorrected, and it was need to set out these things. And today we are seeing it everywhere. God bless you, my dear.
Thank you. Have a great day. I think that's the last call we can actually take for this morning. We have a message on WhatsApp. The partial collapse of the... Okay, this is a very lengthy message. I don't think we can take it. We have good morning. Very deeply apologize for the disruption that you had to endure. Okay, let me read this very quickly. Sometimes when I hear our good friend's argument, you know who, with his so-called periods, it's hypocritical and we should save our energy and not engage him. I'm really short of words, and I think any unifying effort will work with the president we have now. Things like that, this is what happens when you have a corrupt National Assembly. Nigerians should expect more of this revelation before the tenure of this government of fund also occurs on other tiers of government, states and local. This is why Fᴜᴜ Aníkúlápó calls it authority stealing. We're apologize for the disruption that happened with the phone lines. I am seeing your message complaining. I'm sorry that we were only able to fix it a few minutes before the close of the program. Is it true? It's community report. There are a number of programs that gives you an opportunity to air your perspective on issues. But thank you so much for sticking it on back for Global View. For our side, we